Welcome to the channel, and today we are doing something a bit different actually. We are playing the game Ancient Cities. I have been having an itch for a city builder lately, been watching a lot of Manor Lords and Anno 1800 Let's Plays, and I remembered I have this game in my own Steam library. And it's been a good while since I last checked up on it, so I thought the other day, let's go back, and I actually did a video, but eventually that didn't turn out the way I wanted. But I did want to play more of it, so I thought, if I'm gonna play more of it, why don't I make a new video instead and try to present the game a little bit better this time. So, this is an ancient strategy city builder. We need to try to keep our tribe alive during the Mesolithic era or the Neolithic era. You can kind of pick and choose if you want to start in the Mesolithic, where people were still more of hunters and gatherers, or if you want to go directly to the Neolithic era, when people actually started to settle down and cultivate the lands. But I'm going to start here in the Mesolithic, and eventually as you play along you will get the knowledge to how to farm the lands. So it doesn't mean that we are prone to do migration just as we start in the Mesolithic, depending on which time frame and where we choose to settle, of course. But we have a bunch of options here. We can start in the season of spring, summer, winter, or autumn. I think the spring is the best place to start, I guess. We are starting on the game mode normal as well. You can choose like a beginner, sandbox, or a hardcore mode. I figure I just want to enjoy, take it a bit relaxed approach with this one. So let's go normal. And game speed normal as well. This affects on the amount of days for months, I think it was. So as normal, the default historical pace, and each game months last 2 days. If you go faster, 1 month lasts 1 day, and yeah, if you go slower, 3 days for a month, and so on. And one game year also is several years in the historical years, so to speak. So it doesn't mean that you have to play thousands of years to actually get somewhere. It's gonna go a lot faster than that, but I don't know the exact numbers. At the bottom here we have a slider where we can choose in which year we want to start at, and we can go with 10,000 BC, and a large part of Europe is still covered in ice and snow. And as we progress, the climate gets warmed up a bit more, and we start to see more and more green lands around it. And I think, as far as my knowledge goes, Neolithic transition, when people started to cultivate the lands, started to happen more intensively around 6000 BC. I might be wrong about that, but I think that's kind of in the back of my head from reading my own historical Bible. So I'm thinking, like, why don't we start around kind of just before that? I do know that there is a trigger event, and this one is as historical authentic as possible, which means that if you start further north, to the north for example, the knowledge will take a longer time, and if you start further to the south it will go faster. And for Europe, I think like it started, the earliest signs here in Italy, I think it's around this area, the Apulia region here, I think, if I remember correctly as well. And myself being from Sweden, I started to think, why don't we go like for Sweden and start our settlement there? But I don't really enjoy the winter, so what's the next place? I think, okay, depending on considering my background in the channel, not in real life, on the channel, I think around Rome, the Roman area, is the place to go, I guess. So let's go kind of here, and this little books here as well. Firstly, the highlighted area, I think you have already counted that one out, but the highlighted area is where we can choose to settle. So there's not possible to settle in Africa or towards the Middle East just yet. That might be on its way. I don't really know. But and in this box, when you get into a game, this is the area where you can migrate within when you have started a new game. So there you have it. Let's jump in, and we are sent to this overview map where we will see other tribes and migrants as well. We actually see one here, the Elathua. Ourselves has been given the name of Usus. We will probably change that later on. And firstly, we need to choose the place to migrate to. And we want to go by the river, as people did. Oh, this looks like a city over here, right? Or a city, a large village at least. Beriam. Very nice. Well, this is the closest area, but it's, there seems to be a lot of woods here. I want to have kind of a middle ground between woods and an open area. But I think this place looks good. I want to kind of go down here. Are we too close to them? No, I don't think so. So then we need to click the migrate button and choose the area. I think it's going to take us... Oh, should we just get closer, like just around here? We can cut down the woods, can we? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, sort of like that. And then it takes us some time to get there. They're actually very close by. And then we are sent to this map generated for us. There are borders to it. We can just, if we just go to that, yeah, the camera just kind of stops. If we zoom in, we see kind of the red line. I can say directly, this has been already a thing that I remember as off-putting, because when the last time I played it, which was 2021, I think it was 2021, there were still, like, where the borders were, it just was flat ground. So that was so off-putting, killed the immersion instantly for me. But now you all at least perceive that the lands continue. You don't really see much of a difference, to be honest. But it's a fairly large map. Oh, we have some... some... Is it a deer? Yeah, some kind of a deer. We have a nice little river here. So we have a kind of a larger area here. So it wasn't that... There's definitely a lot of forest, but... Nice. This looks like a very nice area to start our village. Oh, something else here, like an ox or something. Nice. Very nice. And there are resources scattered around for us. I had the idea. It looks like... Okay, we can see a lot of sticks here. We're gonna need a lot of sticks. I think there's a beehive in this one. That's some nutrition as well. And we have a couple of logs already, some stone here as well, some stone there as well too. More branches here. Okay, so I need to decide. I have the idea. Let's do it like yeah, kind of like, yeah, I think around here would be nice. Let's jump in here and let's just put it on pause for the time being. We can speed up time a lot of it. The good thing with me have been playing a few hours now that I've been getting a bit more used to the UI. It does take some time, but this is also an area they have improved a lot. But I want to say that this game is a bit of a controversy since... And there's a good reason to why I left the game. This game came out in Early Access 2020, I do believe. And it was a lot of hype around it. I was super hyped about the release. I happily paid around $40 for the game. Then I was just kind of looking forward to play it. And then it was just like... Okay, it was Early Access... But it was so bare bones. You just had a few hours of gameplay. It felt more of like a demo, honestly. So it was so off-putting that, honestly. So I waited kind of like a year and just and the updates has been going out ever since, but it's been going very slowly. And 1 year later, not that much had changed, to be honest, not at least from my perception of the game. But now it's been additional years, so there is farming, there is hunting was already, but there is farming, there's more to it. So I'm really interested to get back into it and see how it holds up today, because it has a very nice touch to it. It has a very nice touch to it. I really like the idea of an historical, authentic game as possible in the ancient era. And I'm up for a city builder at the time. So this is our tribe, Isus, and we're going to change that straight away, I think. Yeah, let's go with Roman, or maybe we should keep it a bit ancient, so maybe Romani. Yeah, Romani sounds fairly cool, right? So let's go with Romani. And we have 2 children in our tribe. We have Romanis, sorry. We have 5 males, 6 females, 11 in total. They are now all idle, so we're going to try to grow them into a large tribe and see how it goes. And on the top here we can see our current kind of knowledge, because every single citizen has their own skill set. So one is better on hunting maybe, and one is better in crafting and leatherworks and stones, toolsmithing. You get the idea. So this really has an effect on the performance in certain areas, and it's also important to try to pass that knowledge on. So this will be very interesting. At the moment, we are mostly a mostly happy tribe, but we will need to get them into a state of keeping that happiness. So let's try to start setting up a temporary camp. And what the first thing we want to have is a fireplace. We have all these things. You can already see there's a lot of red stuff. That means we haven't learned about these stuff yet. And there are more stuff to it as well, I think. We just don't have the knowledge. But here we have, for example, the farmlands. We don't know about farming just yet, so we cannot build it. But there's... oh, sorry. Let's do firstly like a small fireplace. It requires 12 sticks. So it's easy to get up. So let's do that, I think. Let's put it kind of just next to it. And when we are building it, we can also choose to prioritize. And we should put that one on the highest priority, I think. So let's just start with that. And just while they get to work with the fireplace, we can kind of start. We should probably do a bit more storage area and stuff like that before we because I have the idea that we should look around the map and just see how it runs. And I want to show you. But let's start with that. So a temporary camp here, and then try to expand our city in this direction, I guess. Oh, I need to check that one out. Because at the distance, it seemed like he was kind of floating forward. But now it looks a bit better. Looks very nice. These are on normal graphics. I'm playing it a bit safe because it has been unstable, and it's been incredibly hard actually for me to get this to record properly, because there is something conflicting between the OBS and the game. So, but if you don't record your games like I do, then you shouldn't have a problem. It has been running very well without it, well, without OBS. Okay, so we have all these different stuff here. So here's a bit more knowledge about it. We can go and look specifically on each and every member. We also have a tribe leader. I think it's just, and he's currently chilling out. I think he should do the fireplace, but what do I know? We can get to know them a bit better eventually. Here's the services. here we have just different sets of policies, like the labor age. If we slide it to the right, more will be considered fit for work. And as we're starting up, I think, you know, kind of everyone should help. So let's keep it on high initially, but let's lower that one step quite fast at least. Labor time as well, we cannot mess around, so let's increase the labor time to so they work during a longer period of the day. And rationing for food, you start with some resources. Where can we see that resource window? You start off with a bit of straw, apparently, some dried fish, and some fine sticks, and some leather. Rationing, let's actually put it so we're pushing the policies a bit hard, but I just want to be fairly safe in the beginning. And you can also do work groups, and we're going to start doing that straight away. And we're going to start doing like a gathering group. But firstly, I think we should do some just general storage areas. And here we have some stones, so we should probably just do the stone area just beside it, I guess. Let's do it. Oh no. Nope. Never mind. Never mind. Let's get rid of that. Because you can choose how you want to. If you want to do polygons, circles, squares. I want to keep it. I like to keep it kind of nice and tidy. So let's go with squares. Let's put all of our stone kind of like. Is that enough? Let's go a bit bigger. That doesn't look nice. I'm not satisfied with that. So there we go. We have a couple of different storage areas. So now we can configure these ones what we want to keep here. We can just leave it as it is and not do these storage areas and still go gather some stuff. But that means that they will just kind of put it in a pile randomly. I want to keep it kind of organized. So let's we're gonna need some raw stone here. And here we're gonna configure to put them sticks. And in this area, which is also something we're going to need fairly early on now, is some plant fiber in order to make rope. So this is the thing, I will say that straight away with Ancient Cities. You have to create everything from the ground up. So in order to make rope to use for your houses, you need to create rope. And in order to create rope, you need to gather the materials used for so plant fiber, and then someone has to construct that to a rope. So there's all those chains, building chains going on, which is very, very nice. But something we should prioritize here as well is food. But before we do that, let's start setting up work groups, because this is the way to keep things kind of under control, I guess. So let's start with one gathering group, and they are gonna go for food. So let's call them food gatherers. Let's do it like that. And let's start with 2 initially. And here we can configure what kinds of food we want them to collect. And it depends on what's in the area. I don't think there's any berries. I think the game tells us low moisture. No, people without housing. No. Let's see if we put it on play first. It seemed to be berries. I know there's roots, I know there's pine nuts, and I also know there is some honey around. I don't think there's anything else actually, but we want them to put these stuff somewhere else as well. And what a better place than to do that besides the fire. And this should be also of a priority. Now let's just keep it as a normal priority. We still have those dried fish, so we can keep them going first. And let's get another group, and let's just call them just gatherers, because we want them to gather materials. And let's start with 3 here actually. And let's do configuration. What we want them to get is sticks. And we also want them to get some straw. That is the first things, as well as the plant fiber, of course. So let's start with that, and let's give this one a bit of a higher priority, because we need the materials in order to build the first houses, to get some houses going, even though we're just going to do with some temporary houses to keep them happy. So let's do that first. Nice, we have 3 members there, and let's get a building group as well. Let's go with 2 builders. So this here is when we can assign the builders group to build specific buildings. Like this fire, with it isn't tied to any specific group, are considered communal as I understand it, which means everyone not doing a specific task attends to it. So, or we can assign the builders to attend to a specific thing as well, I think so. But let's keep this at 0 first, actually, because we just need to get some materials. So, but we at least have the group started up. Then you can go with the woodchoppers group, crafting group, which we need as well quite soon, a fishing group, and so on and so on. So let's kind of start up the game. We are gaming, but start up the time. So, and see them attend to their tasks. And we want to get the fire going within the first day, I believe. But at the same time, we didn't create the spaces for the food yet. Let's do a few storage area nearby the fire. Let's create some distance, because some of them is going to be wanting to sleep. Let's keep it a bit, yeah, like that. Now let's configure the first one. Now let's do the berries, and here we can do the honey, and here we can do the pine nuts maybe, or no, let's go with the, where are the roots? Here, the roots. And for every food we can see what kind of durability they have, and how the amount of calories as well when stored in the open. And they last longer when we get them into proper storage, where we're just not there. We're not quite there just yet. The fish is probably stored around here somewhere. I think it's around here, because we start with some materials at least. And I think this looks a bit more organized, so I guess. Yeah, because these are our pelts. Alright, nice. But they're starting to clear up the area first. And it's being built on. Working on this small fireplace. Well, they're clearing up the area. There you know. Wait. They already went and collected some straw. Before that, we actually want to keep that in a store, in a haystack. Now we need some rope for that first, of course. Or never mind, actually, we're going to use all the first one as well. So let's let them use that, and then we'll build the haystack. So the sun is going down. We don't have a fire, so I guess they're going to sleep just in the dark tonight. They're not going to be very happy about that. But let's speed up the time, and let's see a new day going up. We can see the moon now, and but they're still doing stuff. Just figuring out life, I guess. So they really live their own life, you know. You can't force them. You can kind of force them. I get the sense of it, but they still also do kind of what they feel like doing. There's our tribe leader. I'm struggling a bit with the voices, to be honest. Let's get to day. Okay, the sun is up, the sun is starting to get up at least. And they are starting a new day. So now we actually got this message up here that we can't get any more berries currently. Where's the sun? There it is. Looks really nice. Really, really nice. Alright. So let's just kill off that one. But I'm quite sure that these three we can gather. Let's do it. Yeah, you see, going with the sticks for the fireplace because all it took was sticks. So that's all we need in order to get that up. So as they are building that now, we can actually start doing some houses in the builders group. Let's get with the builders. Let's assign. Yeah, let's get two in here. We need some raw stone, some leather, some fine sticks for the pelt huts, and we have some small straw huts. A small fireplace completed. Okay, let's pause up again. We could go just with a couple of them, or just use 2 vacancies for the small straw hut, and for the pelt hut we have 3 actually, so we should probably do them. And then we only need to get the raw stone. Yeah, because we do have the leather to do 2 of them, and the fine sticks to do 2 of them. So that's kind of what we're prone to make, I guess. Let's put that one here. That's gonna be a nice starting point. The fires should be a bit more centered here, I guess. So now we can see them start working on our huts as well, clearing up the ground. And we have configured the gatherers to just go for stone. So that's the only thing we need in order to get these 2 up. Very important. And we're already running out of food, actually. Didn't we configure this? Rationing. Take it a bit easy now. Or maybe we are pushing it a bit too hard. 37 fish. Started with 50. I mean, eating like crazy, I guess. But you need to keep them happy in order to get new migrants, I think. But if they are, in the worst case, you don't survive. But in the best cases, we can see them actually growing. But for the village to grow, we need to keep the people happy. All right, but let's just have a look on general look here. This game really has a nice ambience to it. Very nice sound effects. I think it. I do think it looks very good. Can of course adjust the settings like fields of view and the depth of field. I think I hit a pretty nice sweet spot between the good-looking visuals. And can we get rid of the HUD? But still perceiving the background. Yeah, and it runs very smooth. Oh, here we have some pine nuts. A lot of sticks. A lot of stone. Oh, and already we have our first group of migrants. These are 2. We have Niam of 18 years of age and Aran 32. Let's accept them. They joined our tribe, which means we now can create pits apparently, and we can now create stone pit huts, and we now can create straw pit huts. Stone pit huts, straw pit huts. Anyways, but the downside with more members is more bellies to feed, of course. So this puts up some pressure on our resources. We have some honey, we have some pine nut as well now. It's going, and we're finally starting to see this house. We have prioritized that quite a bit, but it's taking time. It's taking time. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss out on on too much. But let's increase this group, take it easy, to 4, and the gatherers to 3. Well, take it easy. Well, let's keep the rest communal, I guess. There's 3, 4, 10. First pelt hut is complete, so now people will start to get housing, and we can indicate the amount of we have a percentage of people without housing, so 77%. So we still definitely still need to do that stuff. Now we can kind of prioritize this, and this one, because it's does deteriorate if you don't see to it. But let's lower the priority on it, so at least someone can move in here now. Yeah, very close to the fire. Very close to the fire. Bit dangerous, maybe. But we want a place to store our logs and get that haystack going as well. So let's start building them too. And I think I do want the logs over here, next to the sticks, I suppose. Let's build one there, and also let's also build some haystacks. A nice place to put them. Maybe kind of towards this area. I don't know. Yeah, kind of towards, maybe one down, kind of down here, I guess. Yeah, a haystack here. Why not? First log store is complete already. Okay, nice. And here we store the logs, apparently, and we can store quite a few of them. Content 280? Can that be possible? Oh yeah, anyways. Let's get that house going as well. And we can also start building kind of like a small straw hut, maybe. The straw hut pit we do need rope for, but we need rope for the other one as well. Oh no, I clicked the other one away. So 10 sticks, 30 straw, 2 ropes, and for this one 1 rope, but 50 sticks and 50 straw, and it contains for 4 vacancies. So I guess let's see if we can find a nice place to put that straw pit hut, which I think we should go for. Kind of like here is going to be nice, I think. Because I have an idea. I want to kind of have an area for the fishing tools and fishing dryers and all that stuff. And maybe we could do like the bigger fireplace over here. And kind of have a sort of start building around this and then expand the fishing down here. And yeah, maybe something else. Anyways, I also under the impression that you do need something fairly quickly, which is a common grave, and no maintenance required, nothing else as well, because I saw that, or I heard that you do not want to have one dying and decaying and no grave, because that's going to make the relatives very upset. So maybe start going for this area. Let's put that one kind of far up into the woods, I guess. Well, let's turn it around here. Let's put one there. There we have it. Our first grave. So there we have some nice storage as well. We're up to 65 sticks and a fair bit of straw, and which is going to be built here very soon, which gives us a place to place all the straw. We only have 87 straw. That's going to be used up, basically all of it on that single house there. We are prioritizing this. This is soon done as well. There's some more pine nuts, good stuff. We need to start doing some ropes as well. So let's start in yet another task working group, like the crafting group. Craftsman, And we want you to start creating rope. And we have one member. We should probably have 2 slots up because remember the one thing I also understand that the specific skill set is going to have an impact on which group they are going to go for or going to feel like doing. But that could be a dangerous thing if we only have like 1 or 2 older members that are kind of our specialists. So when they die, we lose their knowledge. So this means we can temporarily lose knowledge about, I don't know, I guess pretty much everything. So the recommendation here was from the Ancient Cities or Uncasual Games, which is the studio behind the game. Their own kind of recommendation was to, I understood it as having more slots open so they share their knowledge, which makes perfect sense as well. It makes perfect sense as well. The rope should be crafted just beside that, of course. So let's do another storage area as well. And we're gonna use a fair bit of rope. Yep, nice big square as well. Can figure that one. A new day and a new group of migrants has arrived. We now have Bodhi, 20 years of age, and Brise, 43 years of age. Of course, we want them to join our tribe. And we're almost done with this straw pit hut. And we now have 2 pelt huts. But we still lack some housing, 60%, so we need to get more buildings up. So let's make some plans for that as well. And actually start getting some fishing going as well, too. Okay, we have 1 more housing. Put 1 more here as well, and a larger fireplace here. So I'm thinking kind of like a square here with benches. I have an idea on what I want to try to accomplish at least. Let's see how far we get. And here we're going to do a dryer for the fish, which is needed in order for us being able to store it. We want to get the fishing going as well. So here, resource selection, we want wooden spear. And we can see the amount of fishing and hunting, what they are basically effective for. So we need some of those. I don't really like how that one turned out. I want them correct. Let me redo this. There we go. So let's store and start getting some wooden spears. And in order, we can fish with them. But we have the trident, which is much better. We can see fish 100%. And for this one, I think it was 50%. But in order to create these ones, we need 1 fine stick, but we also need 3 wooden spears. Kind of makes sense as it's a trident. Ah, silly me. We can't even get the bone harpoon because we don't have the knowledge yet. Neither the wooden trident, but I guess that's the next step as we get some of those wooden spears going as well. We want to get some stone axes eventually as well. So fine raw stone, that is something we do not have. But we need to up our production on the fine sticks first. Okay, so here we have a level up the tribe's woodworks knowledge now. Now we can create benches and we can now create wattle fences as well. And sure, let's do some benches. Damn it, I misclick that all the time. For the builders group, let's do some benches then. I also want these baskets as well, but we don't have any fish or drying, so it doesn't really matter at the moment. Let's go with the bench. And they actually have 5 seats. So I'm thinking, let's start with these ones then. Let's bit of distance, I guess. Let's just start small, and we can tear them down and redo them. Yeah, 2 benches like that where they can kind of sit and hang out. Seems nice, right? And a larger fire. Accumulating resources, but it's going fairly slowly. But we now do have the wooden spear. So actually, let's start doing... We need to configure this one as well before we forget about that. We have the AEM. Let's start doing some fishing. And for that, we want yet another group. A fishing group. Let's do with one. And let's up that priority a bit. Let's see if we could get someone to fish fairly soon at least. Now we do have a couple of wooden spears. Yep, a bit of bone collected as well. So when we have the knowledge, we will have some bone to start with. Just taking that back though, because we do need more straw, sticks, pretty much everything. But food is actually starting to get be an issue. We need to make sure we get that food, because if no food, that's not good. Okay, here comes our first fisherman. He grabs the spear. Okay, here we actually have a guy that has been caught some fish, finally. And we already see some other fishes hanging here on the dryer. Very nice. Very nice. So it's coming along quite nicely. It's July. It's actually drought at the very moment, which it doesn't have an effect right now, as we don't have any crops. But we will eventually. But now I think it's time for quite a large time jump. We have just been getting started. We have I've been showing you guys a few of the basics. So now it's actually time to really start expanding on this. So I really want to play along to give you a better picture. I'm not trying to do like a review here, but I want to give you some of the goods and bads. And for that, I want to play this game a bit longer. So I will make quite a long time jump now, actually, where you can see hopefully a more pretty city than this, or village. Welcome guys to a few game years ahead, and the village has grown at least a bit. So let me have a bit of a tour. We have organized the dryers a bit here, got some baskets up, so we are drying fish. We have some raw hides here as well. Larger benches and some nicer straw huts now as well. And we actually built 2 of them stone huts. And we are under construction with a new little area here with a really big straw house. So yeah, very nicely. So just some summarizing thoughts. I will end the episode here, but I will say I'm having a blast with this game. Of course, there are some goods, some bads. The good thing is, again, it has a very nice, sort of like a special touch to it. You get really hooked in. I've been playing for hours and I just keep losing track of time. I went to bed way too late last night, just trying to figure stuff out and thinking of how we should expand on this and so on and so forth, trying to get my fences up, sorting out the food issues, stuff like that. But it also ties into one of the bad things, that is just precisely the time. I think it takes a bit too long to get stuff done. But at the same time, I'm not particularly bothered by it, because it feels kind of relaxing just to play it and watch them walk around and go on with their day and stuff like that. And of course, you can speed up a bit more than I have been doing as you get more warmed up with the game mechanics and keeping the speed up on the game for a longer period. Of course, things are going to happen faster. So all in all, if you're into city building and into this ancient era, I think this game might be for you. For the price, yeah, I think it's currently on sale for like $20, something like that. And yeah, you can have good amounts of fun for that type of money. But do consider, I haven't been playing this for too long to really see how it holds up when you get up to like 50 60, 70, hundreds of hours and hear how it feels when you get there. But I'm not even close to farming, so there's obviously a lot more stuff to do. That's for sure. But I really enjoyed this, so who knows? I might actually do another video with a village somewhere else, but that depends on how well this one is received, I guess. We'll find out. Maybe I do it anyways, because I want to play more of it. I want to thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this little bit of a showcase of Ancient Cities. I'll leave a link down in the description. It has a crazy low player count. I think it's like 50 players playing this game at the moment, something like that, and with the peak of being around 500. So this is a really small community game. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Until the next one, have a good one.